Yo, 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 what's up? Grateful for another maggot-free day above the dirt. Today's Buddhist quick tip is entitled, Buddhism Makes a Fool of Us. So what do I mean by this? What I mean by this is that if we can acknowledge our foolishness, our faults, our character traits that we struggle with, if we can acknowledge that we are going to fail at practice over and over, that practice is one continuous mistake, as Zen Master Suzuki said. It's only through realizing our foolishness that we can create the opportunity to improve, to get better, to transcend, to liberate, to heal. We cannot achieve any of that if we are denying our foolishness, denying our faults, denying our suffering or our pain, denying the things we struggle with. If we try to pose as this great Buddhist practitioner and spew a lot of intellectual knowledge without doing any of the work, we suffer more in the end. And we can't do work if we're posing, right? If we're posing as these great Buddhists, we're not going to be able to do any work because we're not acknowledging that we need to do work. So the biggest trap new practitioners fall into is not necessarily to pose as good Buddhists, but to think that practice is about being this kind of perfect Buddhist that doesn't have flaws, that doesn't have things to work on, that isn't sometimes the fool. Much of our practice is acknowledging how foolish we just were and then redirecting our mind into changing that aspect of ourselves so that we don't continue with the foolishness. So don't let anybody fool you. Don't let Buddhism fool you that you have to be this great stoic, mistake-free practitioner. In fact, let Buddhism show you what a fool you are and how foolish you can be, because that's the only way we're going to be able to work with that. So I hope this was helpful. Have a grateful, foolish, maggot-free day above the dirt. Peace out.